They are so emboldened, right, that what is fun to them, right, is that, you know, we drink the pink dolphin and we take the bottle cap, right? They just shoot at the teacher when he turn his head, right? And then he just turn back and he say, who? Then it was an old man some more.
Do you also like to create fake WhatsApp messages just to get attention? This is your daily catch-up. Boom. So just over the weekend, John sent me this screenshot leaked WhatsApp message of like a conversation between an ITE student and her old tuition teacher. Alleged leak lah. Alleged. So basically, the tuition teacher, tuition? I'm just going to say tuition. The tuition teacher was asking her former student, hey, what JC are you in now? Because she wanted like a testimonial. And then the student was like, I'm an ITE. And then the teacher just started like berating about how you're a disgrace. Like.
Then the person said, oh, how can you like waste your parents' money? You embarrass them.
But I think the branding of ITE has improved a lot over the last like 5 to 10 years. Like, they are now like a place where you learn, like it's more hands-on. You acquire a special skill set that allows you to get very specific jobs and whatnot, right? Yeah, I think it's quite cool. And there are a lot of success stories coming on ITE also.
From what we've seen from the leak message, so it was shared on this like IG handle, Black Belt Clan, essentially. They're an education company.
The name is Black Belt Clan.
They're an education company and like they basically create courses online. And so when that alleged leak was leaked and posted on their IG, a lot of comments started to roll in about IT success stories. And people saying that why are people looking now at IT? Because there's a lot of successes. So about a day later, right, allegations of like the message being actually fabricated started to like roll.
And so it's the company's publicity stunt, is it?
Yeah, so people started to get skeptical. And also when John sent me, my first reaction was like, hey, is this fake? Because it feels very weird, the conversation. And then John also like agreed.
My first reply is also fake, but then I sent him.
Well, that's how all the fake news spreads.
Correct. But yeah, so like people felt like it was just a little bit odd, like the way how the teacher was asking for this. And like you also would say like, hey, where you study, instead of like, which JC are you in? Like it's so presumptuous.
And it's like, if you are the tuition teacher and that person didn't go to JC, isn't it your fault though?
I was going to bring that up also.
But it's fake lah! I'm so sure it's fake.
Yeah,
because confirm already, man?
No.
So before that post, they had previous posts also talking about how IT gets a bad reputation and like how they're trying to recorrect the perception. And so they have like quite like a few goodwill projects of trying to like educate.
Also, it's a good company, but then the stunt just a disaster.
The problem is in the execution. But if I'm not wrong, they also never upfront say that this text message is a reenactment.
Right. Yeah, because they said that this was a text message that one of the Black Belt Clan like staff members received. Like it was received from a friend.
Hey, they are nice companies.
Hey, yeah, they are nice people.
They are nice people.
But their abbreviation is BBC lah.
Hey, childish, why are you laughing?
Oh my god, the name has been affecting me since the start.
The only thing he heard was the name.
Why would you do that? Who's the
On
idiot
purpose
that
one,
named this company?
Or the genius.
No, but I think at the end of the day, what people have been saying is that I think initially people were giving it hate for being fabricated, but fabricated or not, right? IT students have come out and said that this is not new. They suffer this discrimination anyway every day. And like I think it begs the question of like does education or like where you study like still matter lah, and like why are people hating on people that are going to ITE? Yeah.
So was the clan the one that leaked it?
They posted it on their Instagram.
No, so the
ones
theory
that
is that they
posted.
made it up, this whole thing.
Right. Yeah,
but it is true, as in like what we mentioned just now, that there is this bad connotation to the ITE name. But as in, does that still matter anymore? Like what school you go to or?
Yeah, because like I think another post that they had was that a common story that they receive from students is that parents and teachers you might end up in IT as a threat or a motivation to like get students to like study harder, which is so unfair lah.
Yeah.
Because like why do you have to do that? Like IT is also a first destination now for like many
My
other
mom
students.
actually said that to me before though.
What?
The IT thing, like threaten that kind of thing. But and actually, when I finished secondary school, I was very sure I wanted to go poly because I wanted to do like psych. Like I was interested in it, then I wanted to go and study that lah.
Was that what you did?
No, because my mother say poly cui. Then yeah, so I mean, if that's what she thinks of poly, then on top of that, then she ITE as in.
Right.
I feel like in general, the older generation has a more like fixed structure of like what school is a good school, like what school is elite, and then you have to go there, and then everyone.
So then you went to JC.
Yeah, so I went to JC.
And you completed JC.
Yeah.
And then you went to uni and dropped out. Yeah, let's get it out of system. The guy is strong.
He's joking on the BBC, that's why.
Yeah, really. I'm still thinking about. F off.
Release, yeah, is it?
Okay. Yeah.
Why is that funny? I really don't get it.
Because it's childish. It's like if I say
Yeah, it's
booby, he also
childish.
laugh.
No lah, yeah. It's like
So your mother didn't want you to go to ITE, you want to go poly, she didn't want you to go poly, so you went to JC, completed JC, and then went to uni and dropped out.
Yeah. No, but the uni I go to is LaSalle lah.
Right.
As in not to say that it's a lousy uni.
yes, yeah.
why did you
Okay, why you need to?
No, but compared to NUS NTU, which is like top 10 in the world, right?
Not
it's-
for design lah. If you want to
Yeah,
do design,
correct.
I take your LaSalle anything.
Wait, but then that means your mom's plan put you in the worst situation already, right? Because now you just A-level only, which is lower than the rest, right?
Yeah. Hey, but my mom's decision put me here now though.
We don't know yet though. Your life might turn sideways. We don't know yet.
Next episode, I'm not here already. No, but I wonder how much the teachers are to blame for bad grades. You know, because every time in school, right, last time you do badly, you're like, hey, my teacher lousy, that kind of thing. Or like, my teacher teach me wrong thing, all this kind of stuff. But how much of it is actually the teacher, how much is just you lazy?
I think from primary school and secondary school, nobody think that way one. Because the stuff that's taught to you is quite straightforward, no man?
Wow.
In uni, that happened to
hurt
me.
many people in
no,
that sentence.
so in uni, right, there was a whole scandal because or not scandal lah, but there's this whole hoo-ha around this particular teacher, right, who basically, if you go and ask him for the answer, he will tell you the answer.
Right.
And the way he teaches you is that he basically just wants you to give the exact answer that he's looking for. So everybody ended up just copy. For the final exam, right, everybody gave the same answer, and you know you have the plagiarism check. Everybody kena 70%, the whole batch.
Right.
Then it became a issue lah with the examination
Board.
people. Yeah.
Turn it in.
Yeah, then after he kena. I think he
In
kena.
poly, right? So I studied leisure resort management. So one of the things is like club management or something like that. Basically like forming the club and then the infrastructure for the club.
Totally different.
So then me and my friends, right, came out with this. I forgot the name of our club lah.
But club is so much better than clan, right?
Black
your-
belt.
No wait, so then it was a billionaires club. For
Billionaire.
so we had then global concierge service and like all that stuff. Then you get that coin lah, you know, that coin that you can pass on. Yeah. And then we were damn proud of it because I felt like it was damn well developed, right? And everybody else did women's club, like car club, which is like
Boring.
It's there lah, you know what I mean? Yeah. So then we decided to think of something that we couldn't find ma. And then the teacher said that it was very impractical and not possible. And we got like a C or D or whatever on that impracticalness of it, you know. And then you look at it today.
There's so many social
billionaire clubs now.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was 10 years ago. No foresight.
Ahead of your times, yeah.
I know your name. Yeah.
You have any shit teachers?
That one that
Yeah lah, besides that one lah.
You know, wait, I went to complain to the school, right? And we were damn gangster about it. We were damn angry. So we really told the teacher off and all that stuff, right? Then we say we want another lecturer to come in and regrade, right? And then he called his best friend lecturer. And both of them sit in together. And the teacher that gave us that grade, right, just sat down there and kept quiet. And the other person just try and defend him the best he can. Then we just talk halfway and then realize he's just defending him.
Yeah.
And then we walk out of the room.
Wow, that's damn gangster.
His grade's not gangster though.
Cannot complain to somebody higher up, man.
I mean, back then that was what
Right.
that was where we did lah.
Right.
But I think that's the whole debate, right, with the education system. Like, do you want students to learn or do you just want them to get grades and then like basically hit certain criteria, right? Because I feel like a lot of times when you are exam based, and then especially with like tuition teachers also, like they're looking at results, right, at the end of the day. And so they're just feeding you like the best possible answer so that you can just hit the grades. But I was very lucky, so like, not to be the sport person I am lah, right? But I went to an international school in Singapore.
Spoiled me.
And like,
Pity yo. It was for nothing, sir. No. Go.
I turned out pretty okay.
Wait,
I
then why you
think.
don't have accent one?
Accent.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like,
accent.
I only went there when I was 14 lah, so I think you develop your accent like around
Yeah.
13 whatever lah. But
It must be just
Miss-
one
miss
year.
my
yeah, the point that I was trying to make was that at that point of time, I don't know whether they've changed it anymore lah, but the emphasis was on learning so much so that at Sec 1, Sec 2 and Sec 3, right, there was no final year exam.
Wow.
What a blessing.
You just learned, you were graded based on your how you perform throughout the entire year lah.
Wait, so when there were tests, it's according to textbook still lah, right? Like it's not like unconventional exams.
We rarely had a textbook, to be honest. I mean, for science and all, like we had textbook and math lah. But I think for like history, we didn't really have a textbook.
Then how?
So who won?
As in, there was obviously a syllabus, but like we rarely learned from textbooks. We learned from watching BBC programs. We learned from retelling of stories.
So the teacher just tells you a story?
Yeah.
That's so
And
fun.
he was fantastic. He was everyone's favorite, and everyone did really well for history. Before I joined at school, right, history was always about memorizing the details. It was just about memorizing, and I don't really remember what actually happened. But when you are learning that way, right, you are actually learning a story at the end of the day. It's like watching a movie, and then it's so much easier to actually understand the significance of why certain things happen and the details also. So I feel like it's how you're being taught lah.
I remember there'll be that one fun day, right, when like the principal or like some MOE person come down, sit at the back of the class, right, and then suddenly that day class is damn fun. The group work all show video, then
Toys got question, got chocolate. Well, I feel like the teachers got no shame on her. They really got no shame, and they can be f***ing you just 2 minutes before the fella show up.
no, but they'll tell you
Then
that
they just
someone's
snap.
coming.
No, mine they never prep us. They just snap into their dream teacher mode.
Yeah.
And then they just not shy about it. The fella leave the color just change. She don't even want to address it. She don't even want to like, class, thanks for making my life easier. Like they just pretend that this is a you are. So anyway,
A lot
Why
of
we let them get away with this?
yeah, we should call them out.
Yeah.
We should ask them questions they cannot answer. Like, hey, last week when you told me to off, you know what I mean?
or like, hey, teacher, how come you so different today? Like you not normally. Like,
Yeah. Why you suddenly so kind?
Why haven't scored anybody in the last 10 seconds?
the nicest you've ever been in 5 years, yeah.
My class got very bad, right? When we did N levels, right? Then there were 40 of us. Then after N level, right, there was 13 of us. There were a few people that still made the score, but I think the principal sat them down and said that I don't think you'll do well in O levels. I think you should drop out. So I don't know whether it's to protect the school reputation or really genuine advice for these young people.
But why is it? I mean, it could be both though.
It could be. My class were people that were all like gang leader level already. It's like when we collect our O-level score, people can drive in, because they all like they retain until Tulan already. they all got license already. So then
the Mitsubishi Evo 7.
Yeah.
Same. They go both school. or they all share the car, they pay together, then they drive to each one.
Wow.
Yeah. Probably
No,
same gang
yeah,
also back
but-
then. You all got bully like relief teacher kind, or like the new trainee teachers.
I feel like I'm damn nice to them, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like, but the general class usually got attitude one, man, no man. Like,
correct.
you know that particular class is gonna fuck the teacher up, kind, you know. Or like, we will
there's
make sure
this
that
teacher-
every trainee will cry before they finish their 3-month training stint.
Horrible.
no, you
sia.
want them to just give up, because when they give up, they just sit there.
Then you break them, right? Then
you
they
try
become
to-
real. We try to humanize them.
You all
I got this teacher that came in and she was a damn good teacher. She was not a relief teacher, but she was a new teacher.
Yeah.
and you feel sorry.
And my
for-
class is the gangster class ma. So wow, then she kept crying every day.
And then you
like-
protect her.
No,
No,
then
but
he
they all,
will.
they all gang leaders, you know. No, we trying, like, I was doing my best really. Like, I did averagely, but my class position is forever number one. Like, I like unchallenged one. Like, maybe my average percentile is like 67%. I'm class number one already. The next guy is 54. Then like the first 5 of us, then from class position 6 onwards, the rest failed.
Yeah.
That kind of one. So like, I was already number one, and what you want me to do? I'm already sitting there paying attention already.
But the school, right, purposely throw the trainee there, one.
Trial by
Throw you to
fire.
into the deep end, yeah. Then let you survive. Why the f they put a trainee teacher in that class? No
Because
reason to,
all the
what?
teachers quit.
Oh, they know
No,
enough
Rabba
stuff.
one, they are so emboldened, right, that what is fun to them, right, is that, you know, we drink the pink dolphin and we take the bottle cap, right, they just shoot at the teacher when he turn his head, right, and then he just turn back and he say, who? Then it was an old man some more. I still remember his name. His face is in my head.
But he's a trainee.
His go-to move is to off the fan. Then he's like, it's not that bad. So only like the fat kids, like also the fat kids, then we just sit down there and sweat, like, okay, it's quite bad. But most of them is really not that bad. And then we just walk there and turn on, and then we stand beside the switch, then he cannot touch the students, ma.
Yeah.
So he's just like, what are you gonna do about it, son?
Walao.
You know, then he obviously don't have to pick on the bigger kids, which honestly is higher chance they threw the bottle cap. I mean, it really is them.
Yeah.
But so he will pick on the ones that he dare to, like if a fight breaks out, he won't die kind of vibe, right?
Yeah.
And then he will punish them, right? But the solidarity in the class is so strong, right? We just get punished off. Then he can call the principal come in. First few times, principal entertain him. Then after a while, he said, I'm going to call Mr. Low. Then he leaves the class for 20 minutes, he come back by himself. The principal don't want to come with him already. Because he keeps going like that.
That's damn horrible.
It's damn horrible. You go on second floor, right? Got a mezzanine level, then he from level 1, right? 3 bottle cap together. Then everybody just hide off. Then he just stand on there in the mid because we are on mezzanine, so we take 3 steps back, you cannot see. I mean, I never tried, I swear to God. But I witnessed it. I was on the same level as him. Yeah, so then they just have to take 3 steps back, then you cannot see who threw the bottle cap already.
Right.
So he was standing there in the empty hall, right? And the seemingly empty mezzanine. And he's just scolding people. Then it makes him look crazy.
Like crazy,
yeah. But actually somebody I saw, I know who threw.
The amount of detail you're going into this, right? Even the way you do this, right?
Yeah,
I really
It's not
think
me. I was
them.
actually very impressed how come they can hit his head
Damn sus.
all the time. Like I cannot shoot straight.
Wow, can you imagine how demeaning he must feel like?
Yeah,
after
and
his job?
he's so gaslighted that he's crazy. Because the students keep hiding and then the solidarity so strong, nobody rat anybody out. He go into class, he's so angry because someone shot a bottle cap during recess, right?
Yeah.
And he just go in and he just off the light, he just off the fan immediately to make us perspire. Then the class, like 90% of them legit don't know what happened, ma.
It's so difficult to be a teacher.
It's damn hard.
Like, you just imagine like
Then imagine the child don't do well, the parents complain, you
yeah,
again.
exactly.
Wow,
Like you're there to help them, right? To educate them. Then if like you get to the point where you're so angry, sometimes they walk out
Yeah.
to try to make you feel guilty, you know. But then they still have to come back.
Yeah.
The next class.
Yeah.
Then
No,
down there,
you,
like,
you can
wow.
be jaded so quickly. Like you want to be a teacher because like you think, okay, I'm gonna educate and change
for
the
many
world,
people,
right?
this is their passion.
Yeah.
Then their passion throw bottle caps at them.
And then I think all it takes is like 2 months, right, to just feel like this is just the worst.
I don't know if now is worse, but back then, right, teachers can use physical punishment. Right? Like in primary school, right, they take the metal ruler or wooden ruler, right,
Yeah.
ask you hold your knuckle out, then they whack the knuckles, yeah.
Hey, and I did well in school back then.
Ah.
Because they beat me.
Huh?
Yeah. Like my Chinese was so bad. Then for every question wrong, they take the feather duster. I mean, this lady, she chill somehow. Like young, like 20s, but she can whack. and then she, like, for every score that you don't get, she smack your hand one time.
Then you like,
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, what if the kid?
So obviously,
oh yeah.
obviously the rest of my class, right, they fail because they didn't study or they don't want to study or
Yeah.
they just didn't want to do
Yeah.
But for me, I'm genuinely bad. I really try and study. I really cannot remember. And so everybody go there, right? It's like, oh, one by one you go out, right? Then all the, primary school they start already, right? They just walk out there, then they hit, pop, 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 then they just go back, sit down, they pull their chest, clap. Then just sit down. And for me, right, she smacked me one time, and I got like 8 wrong or 7 wrong, and I got 6 more smacks to go. She smacked me one time, right? I try and be like that guy because he damn cool, he like my hero, right? His name is Alvin, by the way. Then he smacked me one time, right? Then my eye already welling out in tears already. Like if I blink, right? So I just go and trying to be straight, but it's not like earth-shattering pain. But my body betrayed me. Like my tears just flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you can tell she looked at my face. She can tell she know I'm gonna lose a lot of street cred. She smacked me one more time. Then she always give me chance.
Wow.
Yeah, so she smacked me like twice, thrice.
look after
then
you,
she say I want to cry already, right? And she bring me back. I remember in like Sec 1, Sec 2, right, the literature class, and then it was about this book called Matilda. They all read it.
Is it Roald Dahl?
Yeah, the girl with special powers and all that stuff. So obviously I
Still a
couldn't.
different book.
I couldn't finish the I mean I didn't even try lah. Like, I didn't even buy the book. I might have owned it, I don't know lah, but like really never read. Then for some reasons midway through lit, right, the teacher pulled out the film. There was a movie. It was a very good movie. And so we watched it and we really liked it. So throughout from there onwards I could smoke my way through everything. Then like the exams all come out, right? Then I realized that the movie ending and the book ending was different because the book ending was quite dark or some shit. So then I followed the movie all the way to a T lah. The dialogue, I quote the word because like wow, I really enjoyed the movie. Before Lee, I went to rewatch the movie.
The effort.
I managed to quote the thing of all wrong in basket.
So you never pass.
Pass lah.
So
But the teacher got put remarks to say that
Well, what do?
Never read.
quoted the movie. I really never read, yeah.
Actually, on the point of exams, right? So in primary school, right, I had this. I think for my last 2 years, I had the same form teacher. So he teaches science one. Then he abing one. He's the one that he smoked during the break just outside the gate where students still can see one, right? This guy go and light up a cigarette in class,
Oh.
and say this is a science experiment, Then he light smoke. Then he go burn one plant, in like those science dish,
Secondary school?
Primary school.
Oh my god!
Then at that point, we all like, oh, this guy didn't cool, this guy didn't cool.
Yeah.
But now I think back, like, what the is going on?
He just needed to smoke.
Yeah. Then right, this same fella, when I receiving my PSLE results, right, he have to give one by one, go and collect or some shit. So then I go up, because I'm quite nervous, because I don't know, it's my first big exam in life, right? Like, oh, what's gonna happen? Then I go up to him, he look at me, right? Wow, his smile big. He like, wow, I'm damn proud of you, sir. I didn't expect you to do so well. Then he give me the slate open, right? The results like shit.
My N level is like that.
Did your parents go with you to collect results?
Probably.
My mother go with me to collect PSLE, then after that she never come already. Then PSLE open, like 251, she cry. She I disappoint her.
Huh?
Do what?
I never hit 200.
Then after that, then my brother scored 2-3 something, then she never say anything.
She just create this story so she can say her PSLE results.
Yeah. Don't say, you
never say mine.
251 is not even that high.
You should reenact that in WhatsApp.
No, as in that's clearly higher.
In comparison to...
I got 178.
You're the first person I know that's started
Less than
with 1.
200. Yeah. No, so I also didn't know. Like, and back then, right?
I better.
Back then, you choose school before you get results, so you had no bearing. So my own bearing is my sister lah. Then both of them very smart which I had a very terrible childhood over because they were both like, the school board in front got their name, that kind of one,
Wow.
Like student council president, like kind of top scorer shit one.
Right.
So then I just like struggling, right?
Oh, you're the black sheep.
I'm really the black sheep, and then
He's from the black
blah clan.
The clan.
No, then what was my point?
Your sisters.
Hey,
then
this
your
memory
results like shit. You're not very smart.
Oh yeah, no. So then you pick your school first, right? Then my sister's aggregate was 2-3 something, 2-2 something. So I thought, okay lah, maybe I'm also gonna be about there lah. Cause nobody think they're stupid, everybody think they're about same. So I went to pick my school all based on express stream, not knowing anything other than express.
But if you pick first, then how do they accept you?
Exactly. So after my year, they changed.
Oh.
Then my year, I born in 1990. So a lot of changes take place for the 1991 kids because like ours is like the end of the era kind.
No wonder.
So everything off, yeah. So I just pick all the schools with the 2-2 plus aggregate one, then come out, boom, 178. Then I was like, I didn't know that there was such a low. Then I asked so many people, then so many people got 100 plus, right? Then I asked my best friend, I said, what he got? He said he got 68. I said, oh, what? Like,
Wait, is that possible?
yeah.
Two numbers.
Then I said, how can? I said, did you show up? But he rebelled to the point whereby he just left the paper blank.
Where is he now?
Then how did he get
I
68?
don't know, huh?
No, cause the standard deviation after the
I don't know, I think it's like your score one lah. So like maybe 4 exams plus together, he's still not 100.
Then he cannot go anywhere. It's those repeat the P6 one, right?
Never repeat.
Wait, so where did he go?
He
He
cannot
went
go
to
anywhere.
ITE.
Ah.
No, you see, I think that's the problem also.
How can you go to ITE after primary school?
As in, I don't know lah, maybe some normal tech somewhere else.
Right.
Then went to ITE. But I think that was their problem also. They created an education system whereby everyone could pursue tertiary, even if you are not academically inclined. Yeah, and there was that whole wave of people that, hey, you are laughing at my friend, he was my best friend.
No, we're laughing at the way you said tertiary.
Oh, really? Really? How do I say tertiary?
Tertiary.
I don't know. I'm still laughing at 68.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was the only one not.
I was triggered again because Daren started laughing.
I'm the only one with a heart here, man.
Maybe after that
I
he
feel like it
joined
should be
the clan
30
then.
plus. I'm not sure also. Yeah, but he got double digit and then he just cried. No, wait. So I think one of the problems with the reputation of ITE was that back then they created a tertiary system whereby, even if you were not academically inclined, you can go beyond secondary school.
Right.
Yeah, and I think they took their whole early batch of people, right, to say that you cannot study, you can go there. I think that was that narrative to try and fill up the school as soon as possible.
Right.
And that stuck with them. Until right now they become like some world-class technical institution, right? It makes sense what? Not everybody is good by the book what? If you're not good by book, then you go and learn how to use your hands lah. Which is fantastic what? Everything makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And then you get the best teachers to come and teach you how to use your hands lah.
Wait, but then ITE is like the clearly opposite of is the end. It's literally all these people that could not have made it to other schools, right?
Exactly.
Like have a place to
Yeah.
use their hands.
Like Dan brought out earlier that is our education system supposed to get people to get the right answer or to like inspire creativity? For the longest time, it was not supposed to inspire creativity. Right?
Yeah.
It was not. It was the whole point of getting Singaporeans to fill up jobs that MNCs will come into Singapore to create.
Yeah.
And so when our early leaders went out to bring MNCs to Singapore, we had to promise them that our workforce can work for you. And so it was very simple. I will promise you that all my workforce can speak English. And then it just kind of went from there. We are just feeling, and that's why if you teach honestly children financial literacy, they'll come in a point whereby nobody wants to work for these companies. But not everybody will achieve financial independence by themselves. Yeah, and so I think but this is based on nothing. I think it was a deliberate decision not to teach financial literacy at that point of time. Because what you needed was a disciplined, consistent workforce.
Yeah. Plus, I think if we go back to like the whole hypothesis that it was the government that wanted to first optimize in the 60s, 70s, that when the industrial boom happened.
I think so.
Like, there was no guarantee that we will get to the success that Singapore is right now also. So I think it's quite hard to like think that long term.
Right.
When
So they were just scrambling for that time,
that
that
short
period.
term success.
Yeah, but and the same kind of holds true today though. Though 99% of the workforce go out to work for a big company or a company, we still only need that 1 to 5% of innovators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we do stay in, as in, wow, like we do stay in such a lucky time, you know, that we
Really,
know
really.
all of this stuff. And like what he mentioned also, right, that like we have all the technology that we have in this time and all that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that's what people in the 50s thought as well? It's like, oh my god, we got horse carriages.
There was this campaign like a couple years back, right, where they got a lot of people, like people who are doing well and whatnot already, right, to take a photo and post on Instagram, right, with their PSLE score.
Oh, yes.
Wow, I thought the campaign was freaking good.
Yeah.
Like it sends out such a good message in terms of like
Your grades don't define you.
yeah.
No, but then early on, the campaign messages came out, so it was 150, 160, and then they were successful. And then after that, it became those 250
plus
one.
one,
Yeah, fuck
As
off.
with every campaign.
But if they 250 but they no job.
Unemployed. And then that will help the cause.
Yeah.
That help the cause.
that would really, yeah.
Something that I didn't like that my school used to do, right, was like during assembly and all that, right, they will say like they receive complaints from people in the neighborhood and all that, whatever, people of school people being rowdy outside. Then they will say, girls, we're a premier school and this is not how you should act. And then like I feel like that perpetuated like that elitism.
Yeah.
I say elitism, but anyways. Yeah, and I felt like that like fed into like my mind and all that.
So you think you're better than other people? Like neighborhood school, kia.
At that point, yeah.
Right.
But now I'm woke.
So
Expand
you
your
are-
mind.
I think the culture of elitism is quite
wrong.
It's elitism.
Elitism. Yeah, I think the culture of elitism in Singapore is quite common. Like I remember being in secondary school and like my friends who came from elite primary schools and came from neighborhood primary schools. The one from neighborhood primary schools never dared to say like where they came from.
But I feel like primary school not counted because it's like you go nearby. Then after that is your grades. Yeah. But I see your point. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of like, so you're talking about like bad teachers, right?
Yeah.
So I had this teacher, right, who, I mean, she was this damn hot, like, she was fairly attractive, Angmo PE teacher. And
Fairly attractive only.
she got fired because her sex tapes like leaked online.
Oi.
So like the story is she cheated on her husband, and then the husband as revenge, right, posted all the nudes that she would like send him.
Angmo
or, like,
husband, you think?
Angmo husband also. And so I mean she cheated on him. The story or the cult legend, right, is that she slept with like I think 1 or 2 students, but we don't know for real. We don't know. For real.
Allegedly, but you got the videos.
Not of the sex with
the other stuff lah. Any lah.
It went around lah. Let's just say it went around. I don't have it saved,
Okay.
but it went around. It circulated. And it's TikTok time.
Relevant.
So for this one is called Imposter Challenge. So these are all water, but one of them is salt water.
Okay.
So you all have to pick one cup.
Okay.
And then,
Or drink, then guess
and
who is
then
the
drink,
one
and
with
then
the
you all
salt.
guess who's the
Okay, salt water easy, right?
Okay.
Okay.
A lot of salt.
yeah.
Okay, good.
Nice. One of them is salted, the rest are not.
Who's the imposter?
I know which one is salted one already. Just by using my brain.
I take this. Cheers, lads.
Okay, I take this in front of me.
So the
I'm taking this.
Thank you. Yeah. Hence is the Food Panda cup.
Right.
Salty, next time overflexed it. He overflexed it. Just drink lah.
okay.
so obvious, it's him already.
But he's also a very good actor. I think the Black Cup.
Just now he was very confident before we started.
Damn egg! Got the.
Then he crying.
Lil Reba.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Let us know what your PS early score is and what you're doing now. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye.